Okay, Real Madrid in the hunt for their third manager this year. Obviously, Zidane, successful manager that they've had, he walked away because of the toxic environment off the field within the club, between the players, the president Perez, and the federation, and the nasty, vicious politics, regional politics in Spanish football. If Zinedine Zidane walks away from that club after winning a Champions League final, says something. And his track record is very proven now. Lopetegui, the way Real Madrid went about getting his signature cost him the World Cup job at Spain and got him fired. And now they fired him because that dressing room proved too toxic to handle. And now they're in the hunt for their third manager. This guy called Santiago Solari is a former reserve team and youth team coach of the club, also a former player, largely unknown outside of Spanish football, really, to a lot of fans over here. Because he played during the Galacticos era when Real Madrid regularly had issues like this with high manager turnover, president's turnover. It was just off the field at Real Madrid. It was like it is now. So are we going to see a return to the Galacticos era where they have all these big name players, but they just cannot win the Champions League or win La Liga? They've got all these big star players and they always come second best. They've had a great period of success the last decade or so. Are we going to see a reversal of fortunes and the Galacticos era return? Because that's the fear that I think some fans would have. But there is an issue with La Liga. It's an uncompetitive league. There's only two or three teams that are gonna win it. At the beginning of the season, you could look at, let's say, 2-3 teams, maybe an outsider getting into the top four. It's pretty much simple, really. And one of those three teams is now ninth in the table and has got problems. So let's have a look who they can replace Lopetegui with. Because of Spanish league rules, if Santiago Solari is still there after, I think, 2 or 3 weeks, he has to be named manager. So they don't want to name him manager, which I think is ludicrous because they did it to Zidane, a managerial unknown, a playing well-known but a managerial unknown. They named Zidane pretty quickly as an ex-player. He's a teammate of Zidane, probably would have similar tactical outlook on the game. Having played with Zidane and been a reserve team coach at the club while Zidane was manager, so I would be very surprised if they don't go with Solari, but they've decided not to. They've already said in a statement he is a temporary measure. So does that undermine Solari for the next couple of weeks? Probably. Two candidates really sticking out: Antonio Conte, track record proven; Roberto Martinez, international manager, 1 trophy to his name. Conte is a bit of a prickly character, and I don't think Perez would want to relinquish control that he has over transfer policy, players, contracts, and the club as a whole to Conte, who's also known to be a disciplinarian, and the players have been treated as equals, which basically means the player power has got 2 managers booted out of their jobs. Basically, Zidane had to quit because he'd had enough of being undermined by his players, and Lopetegui's been fired because the players, were petulant. Basically, they didn't want to be managed. They wanted to be treated as equals because they feel that because they've won some Champions League, that they know everything about the game has to offer them. So Conte probably with track record, yes, but with his managerial style, no. And Perez would rather they didn't go for Conte. But then there's a guy called Roberto Martinez in charge of Belgium who's won 1 trophy as a manager. That was with Wigan in the FA Cup, the season they got relegated from the Premier League. So his track record with clubs in England isn't great because he seems to not win with them. But he's now the national team coach of Belgium. They've had a very successful spell, some of their most successful football they've ever played. They still have not won a major international tournament, and that's something that's going to rankle. They are probably the best squad in European football, if not world football at the moment, and he can't win with them. And he's just signed a 2-year extension. The thing is, I think the reason why they're going to go with Martinez, he plays a more attacking style of football, and he's Spanish. Yeah, he's probably a little bit less likely to be a strict disciplinarian, so the players can still have their player power. And I fear it doesn't matter who they put in charge, the Galacticos era Mark II is about to return. The super talented squad of individuals is going to be like it was 15 years ago in Real Madrid. Were called the Galacticos for a reason. This is what's going to happen, but is it deserved of the club? Probably, with the way that they've allowed their players to get such big salaries and to have so much player power, where they're basically saying who they want as coach rather than the club going, we think this guy's probably a good fit. Let's see what philosophy he brings. They don't give managers really a chance at Real Madrid anymore. You're in, you're out. It seems. And this high manager turnover was something that happened a lot about 15, 20 years ago. And we are witnessing a possible return to that like regular turnover of managers at Real Madrid, which could pose a problem. So we'll have to see what happens. But Roberto Martinez is most likely going to take over in a couple of weeks' time. They have to try and get him out of his contract extension and his contract with Belgium. And I think the Belgium FA are going to fight tooth and nail to keep him. But there we go. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Place your comments below, and I'll have some more videos for you soon.